The tools you will need to complete your iPad screen repair are your cracked iPad, the new Digitizer, a metal spudger tool, a Phillips screwdriver, an X-Acto knife, adhesive strips, and a pair of safety glasses. You may also want to put a mat or towel down to catch any loose pieces of glass. Make sure that before beginning this process you take caution and protect your eyes and your hands from the glass you'll be removing from the iPad. To begin your screen repair, start with the X-Acto knife and run it around the sides of your iPad. If you need more help prying the screen up, use the metal spudger tool to pry the Digitizer out of the metal shell. Be careful not to cut too deep, as you may cut cables important to your lock and volume buttons functions. As you're cutting, make sure that you slow down near the area to the right of the home button. Your Wi-Fi antenna sits here, and you'll need to carefully separate it from your old Digitizer without cutting it. Keep cutting and lifting the old glass until it separates from the metal shell of the iPad. Next, you will need to remove the home button assembly from the old screen with your X-Acto knife. Make sure you remove the home screen button and the bridge behind it. Put your Digitizer to the side while you start cleaning out the residual adhesive and glass that have been left in the shell as you were pulling out the old Digitizer. Make sure to remove all of the glass and sticky pieces. Clean up the area around you before you start the next steps. You can pause the video here and resume it after the area around you is clean. Next, take your Phillips head screwdriver and unscrew the small screws located at each of the four corners of the iPad screen. Place those screws to the side and pull the iPad out of its shell. Be careful not to touch the screen because you'll get fingerprints on the screen. Locate the bracket on the left side of the shell and use your metal spudger tool to push the bracket back and loosen the old ribbon from that area. Attach the new ribbon on your Digitizer using the metal spudger tool to push the connection in. Make sure you pull the bracket back down to lock it in place. Put the screen back onto the iPad shell and replace the 4 screws you took out just before. Apply adhesive to the iPad shell. You may need scissors to cut off longer pieces. Make sure you apply the adhesive all the way around the unit. Install your home button and the bridge on your new Digitizer by adding small pieces of adhesive to the bridge and laying it horizontally across the new Digitizer. Carefully place the Digitizer onto the body of the iPad after removing the protective film from the Digitizer. Make sure to push it down in order to make the Digitizer stick to the adhesive on the body of the iPad. Wipe off your screen to get rid of any smudges or fingerprints. Turn your iPad back on and check your Wi-Fi settings to make sure it works. Test the home button and a few icons to make sure it's all working properly. After that, you've completed the process of installing a new Digitizer on your iPad.